It's the final love song. Hi guys, and welcome back to our podcast where we review episodes of I-LAND 2 and E and A. We will be reviewing the last part of part one and the new episode from part two where we left off with the girls performing that original song, and now we know who got eliminated. Anissa, how do you feel about it?
I just feel like the people who got eliminated were kind of what I was expecting. So I was just watching it like I'm not really shocked at who, except for Guri. I'm a little bit surprised that she made it, but also not. So I'm not really surprised at who got eliminated. I think just the vote difference in like the bottom four who were eliminated versus the top six who survived. There's like a huge gap. So I'm like, okay, we're all kind of on the same page to a certain extent.
I'm surprised that Yeon I'm surprised Yeon got eliminated because I thought she might have skirted in just barely. Like I felt like out of the Crunch Girls, she was like something that Mnet was potentially interested in,
Mm. Mm. I can see that.
but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I mean, honest, and I'll be this. I'll just cut the crap. Once, like my top two got picked first for round two, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I immediately didn't care after that. I was like, all right, fight it
They
out,
literally,
girls.
when they called Sujung first as a
Uh
surviving one, I was like, great. Because I'm just like, out of all the six, she was kind of the one. I mean, I
huh.
like more a few of the girls there, but she was the one that I'm like, if I can only pick one, I need her there. And then of
Once
course
they're
Jimin
like,
too, but
okay, then they said my, I said, oh, I don't care anymore.
well,
I said,
my passed the stage, so she wasn't even an option there.
oh no, no, I was talking about one the at part the ending of part one.
Oh, the
They
first
called
part when they,
my and Jungin
yeah,
at first, and I said,
yeah.
I no longer care. I said, I best of luck to the rest of the girls. I'm checked out. I was surprised Jimin didn't get in, like in the like Planet Pass experience.
Hmm.
Well, not Planet Pass, but this like the like free ride. Like you don't have to worry about the votes. But I don't
Was it?
know.
I think it was Jimin against Sarang or something, and they said that
Something,
Sarang did her part better. I don't
I
know.
guess.
It's just that the girls who were up against each other, a lot of them were just great. But anyways, I guess we can get into that when we compare the stages in general.
I'll just say this. I'm voting for Jungin, Mai, and Sebi. Good luck to everybody else. I
Yeah.
I'm well aware that out of my three, Sebi is the only one that's like has a general good favorable look for the numbers. Everybody else, because I'm surprised she doesn't have the following, and I'm surprised. Well, Jungin has her own situation, but I'm surprised Mai doesn't have. I'm like shocked, but yeah,
I think it's that she has fans like us who are like, she's good, but she needs something. It's like she needs something that pushes her to be more than just good. You know what I mean?
she'll only get that when she debuts.
Yeah, I mean it depends because she could give it to us in part two too. And she even
She
said in her part two little introduction piece, she was like, "Oh, I've only done like side parts, so I want to try to do more like bigger parts in the performances." So we'll see.
Sorry for the cut, guys. We just had to take a little reset. You know, life happens, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna pick up in regards to how we feel. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna just throw it out there. My Jungun needs to be in this group. Period. Okay. Now, congrats to all the ladies that made it. You know, shout out to them. Sebi needs to be in this group. Can you tell me who else made it? Because honestly, at this point, it's like Jungun, Mai, Sebi, and anyone else. Oh, Jimin can make it, and then anyone else
Yeah,
can, but not anyone. There's
I
only
don't
one.
know.
There's only one lady that I don't want in this group.
I think there's a few that I'll be okay with not being in this group, but that's because I kind of have my top anyways.
Oh, tell
But
me, tell me, tell me.
so the six who made it, like just by passing the I-LAND Team A versus I-LAND Team B,
Right.
is Jungkook, Jiyoon, Mai, Fuko Sarang and Sabi. And the
Mm-hmm.
ones who were voted in, so survived the elimination, is
Mm-hmm.
Sujung, Yuju, Jimin, Coco, Juwon, and Gyuri. And the eliminated ones, Yui, Yeon, Choi Sol, Cheon, Yuna, and Jiwon.
And Ling Ling.
Right, Ling Ling. I probably forgot. I think it's Ling Ling, and I think there's one more name that I'm forgetting too, actually, because I just wrote it down. But
She said, mm-hmm, yeah, that one that hurt.
yeah, the other one.
Her fans were really loud.
Yeah, but I just think that compared to the others, Ling Ling wasn't keeping up as well. Not to say
It's
her
nothing
stages
about
were
keeping up. It's about
bad.
having the votes in that regard. And I'm
Yeah,
like, if your
I mean,
fans
you
are,
either need to keep up skill-wise and be saved, like the six who were
yes,
automatically saved,
yes.
or the fandom. You needed
But
one
I
or the
thought
other.
her because they were just yapping
Hmm.
about her all the time, and they keep putting her in her. This is my island perfect group, a thread, and I'm like,
I mean, you
y'all,
know who else's fandom was yappy yappy? Urina's fans.
man, they were persnickety. They're like, if you don't vote for her, her parents will not let her eat dinner tonight because she won't have dessert for 12 months because her parents, the glucose. Yeah, I mean, it did work for Mashiro. They're like, if you don't vote for Mashiro, she's gonna have to work at the get in get out.
Well, Mashida also had a small JYP buff, but anyways, that's Girls Planet, so.
Young Gun. Let me stop. All right. Man, so who's your top? How many girls are getting in this group? Seven? There needs to be a
They
few
didn't
more
say
spots.
yet. They didn't
They're
say,
they're
but we're
sick for that.
predicting that it's
They're
seven
they're sick.
because, yeah, one of the girls is like, that's not enough members. And I'm like, okay, it's either five, six, or seven because it's out of 12 girls. If it's like eight, nine, that's kind of a good amount of members. Because if it's
If it's
nine
eight, then
girls,
that's great.
yeah, I feel like eight is a good number.
I mean, I hate the evenness of it for the dance purpose, but honestly, La
I mean,
Seraphim
they could have double
originally was
centers.
yeah. I mean, La Seraphim originally was six. Ive is
Hmm.
six. That's the thing. Eight would be great. Who would be the four you would leave out? Why am I sounding? The energy I just gave was very Wendy Williams. Just like that's great. Who are you eliminating?
I think I gotta think about it. I don't know. I feel like I personally don't care that much for Yuri,
Mm-hmm.
Juwon.
Yeah.
Just those two, I don't care that much for,
Yeah.
but I don't know between the others. I think for me, it's
What
more
about the
like
problematic girl?
the problematic one. The thing about her is that
Oh
I
Lord, you
kind of
changed your
see,
heart.
I think my heart never changed because from the beginning, I always liked all four from the drama team, which is
Okay.
Jungin, Mai, Jiyoon, and Jimin. I
I
always
don't
liked all four of
I
them.
don't see her and Jungun in the same debut group together.
It's just her attitude problem. But
But I can't get past it.
I mean, if she gets past it in the next part, then it should be fine. And she's kind of implying that she wants to work through that issue too.
But so well, hold on, here's my thing. She can't rise and Jungun not rise because I'm going to be I I don't want Jungun to go into another survival show and be the G-Min of whatever her survival
Yeah.
show is. Like I was almost in this group, like G-Min said she was almost an islet, which she did not fit at all because islets just doing whatever they're doing, and G-Min, can hold a note. Um, sorry, that was really not nice, huh? But it was honest. Um, I don't know. We'll have to see. But if she sneaks into the group and Jungun is there, I can be like, all
I
right.
don't think it will be a sneak because she can sing. So
No one said that. I'm talking about for my feelings because I don't see her in my lineup.
I think because I liked her from the beginning, like even though she rubs me the wrong way when she does things, there's a part of me that's like, I want you to win, but you need to give me a reason to root for you, you know?
You're so nice.
And also, it's because we got like a little bit of story. I think now that it's 12 girls, they're all starting to make their own story. So the introduction part, and then she was like, I'm a country girl. And I was like, see, now that's why you can't control your attitude because you're from the country. Now you're making me like you more. That's how I felt. I was like, oh my gosh, now things are making sense.
No.
You're not a city girl. You're supposed to be in the city and be like, okay, have a fake smile on your face and accept things. I'm just saying anything now, but
Yeah, you're making this girl into a Toei anime studio
yeah,
Ghibli. She's on the mountain. She's getting the water.
yeah.
She grew up with Nana.
But it is making me like her more because I'm like,
I
now
just
your
can't get.
personality makes sense to me.
You're making a
I
narrative.
listen, as long as she makes up with Jungin, I'm like, we can have two
You
vocalists.
about to be those
We can
fans.
have
It's
two
like
vocalists.
you're about to be those fans. It's like if she doesn't win, she's gonna have to get sent back to the mountains
Oh no,
and
I'm not gonna
and
be. Actually,
and
maybe
work
I might.
work the mochi farms and
Mhm.
pick fish from the rivers with Nana. And Nana
Yeah.
only has one bottle of soy sauce, and she has to climb the. Well, now I'm giving her a narrative. Anyway,
I think it's just I don't like to see people stagnant. I want to see people grow. So to
I
me, I'm like, if she
mm-hmm.
can get past that, that's someone who's worth debuting into the group. You know what I mean?
It just makes me feel like it'll be like Fu Yaning entering the group, and I
Really?
don't want. Yeah, and it's not
I mean,
interested.
but Fu Yoning's personality from the beginning was fake, anyways. It wasn't her real personality. Mnet told
And
her
the
to
fact
act
that this
like
one is
that.
real makes it even worse.
I don't know. I feel like I get those fans now. Maybe it's entertaining
I
because
don't
this
want
show is so
it.
boring.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I would have been happy with all the girls from Panorama just being the group.
Well, one of them's eliminated. I think
That's
two
fine. Bring her
maybe, or
back.
one
Bring her back.
Momo her into this group.
Heck yeah. Why not? It's already rigged. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, yeah, a
We
little
don't know.
soft rigging.
Yeah, it's like 101. They already
Mm-hmm.
had the toy figures made before the group was delivered. And then
Mm-hmm.
they had the poster of the real lineup and they said, throw this stuff away. We're doing this lineup. And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
but PD need no PD need me. This is what we're doing. So that you don't think they already done did that for this group?
For sure. And at this point, I think they just want to see, they want to be able to blend a group that are their picks and then also our picks so that we would actually spend the money on them. That's what I'm
Listen,
assuming would happen. But apparently, after the end of Are You Next, it was a mess. So I don't know. But I
listen,
think of
I
like compared
feel
to Cat's Eye, I feel like Cat's Eye, a lot of people were happy with that lineup. So that's why I'm like, okay, that's like slayful rigging. They should have rigged Ezreal into that group. But I think only me and you really wanted her in there. But besides that,
I think people my fantasy. I think people just got on the train way too late.
she was a slow burn.
She was a slow. She only came alive near the very end, and
Hmm.
it's because there's all the girls we that were more interesting gone,
Hmm.
and we were like, wait, she's talented. What's going on here? She was already talented, but it was the lack
Yeah.
of interests, and she was never in a group. Like, okay, what if she was in the Paramore singing group? We would have actually got to like give a dang about it. But she
That's
was
true
in.
because I think for me it was the wannabe performance, and I was like,
Mhm.
huh, yeah, this is nice. But
But it took too long. It
that's
took
Dream
too.
Academy. We missed our chance to talk about Dream Academy
We
already.
every time I bring it up, it's like, well, Ezrella is really. And I
Yeah,
see her on
yeah.
Instagram. She's like, you gotta watch the Netflix documentary. I'm like,
Yeah,
girl,
she's so supportive. She's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
mm, why are they not at Kcon?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's terrible. We need to anyway. Back to Island. You see, this show's so dang boring. That's why you want old country girl up in this group.
Yes, yes. At this
I
point,
don't.
yes.
I don't be
Yeah.
so salty. I want friendly, nice. You know, not mean.
No, I think I want some drama now.
Oh,
Like,
and the
I'm just
group.
kidding. No, I just think that when she performs well enough. So I just feel like every podcast episode, I'm always like, I just need her to just get over that part of her personality and grow as a person.
I
And
see
then
her
there will
in
be
like.
nothing stopping her. She would be like an unstoppable force.
I see her in the issue version of this group.
No, no.
I see her now. We finally connect. She would fit a aggressive, mean group.
I don't think that she fits that concept
It's too late.
intentionally.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think she would fit like a super aggressive group. to be honest. I think her voice isn't really like that.
Well, it's not like she's gonna fit into the fun bubbly group either because she was hating every moment she was in that Twice song.
She's
So
gonna
what is
have
she
to
able to
suck it
do?
up. You'll do some
She I
training. Cat's Eye
no,
been training for
no.
7 months now.
Anyway, I don't have anything else to really say. We can talk about the performances,
Yeah.
but it kind of was like same song, great. I wish it was something like, well, I mean, they did very similar on our A to K, but I enjoyed that one because I'm just gonna say it. A lot of these girls are bland, and a lot of these girls just give the same. And there's like, oh well, that girl did something different than that girl, and you see the side by side, and it's like one girl turned her head to the right, and one girl turned their head to the left, and it's like, what's the big difference on the side by
Mm,
side comparison? When you look at shows like A2K, I'm like, Christina gave really honest crunch when she sung that thinking about you, and we all know the song, and I miss that vocal to this day because
mm.
the French girl sounds just a bit too good and there needs to be a little bit of crunch in that part. It's just missing. It's really I felt it was honest. It wasn't good, but it came from the heart. The
Yeah.
other girls is technically good. Now these girls from I-LAND, they just all sound the same except the girls that I mentioned.
I don't think they really sound the same. I think you just kind of don't care about the girls that you don't care about. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Because I
Maybe.
think now that I'm learning their names, I'm starting to see not everyone. Like the eliminated ones, I didn't really care that much for them. But like some of the other ones here and there, like we rarely really talk about Yuju, even though she shines a lot on
I
stage.
talk about her, but
You talk about her, you're like, she's in my top 9, and you never bring her up after that for your
you know who
top
was like
7 or
that?
whatever.
Da Young.
Yeah, true. That's why Yuju's about to debut in this group too. And when they say Yuju's name, we're gonna be like, yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense.
It's going to get to like past position 5, and we're like, where's a little bit too up there?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, we, okay, if you can rank them now,
Mhm.
say, okay, say it's 7. Who are you ranking where?
I don't know. Like, who do I predict to be in the
Mm-hmm.
final group?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Because we never done it for this show. Because we've done it for every other show but this one.
that's true. That's true. So my thing is that I think there's certain girls who are for sure gonna get in who are not
Mm-hmm.
really consistently in everyone's top 6 or 7. So I think
Mm-hmm.
like the girls like Sarang, Yuju, and who's the other one? Let me look at this list really quick.
I feel like Jimin and Sebi are like kind of locked in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Sebi Jimin for sure locked in, but Yuju, Sarang, and who's the other one?
Well, Fuko.
Yeah, Fuko, not Fuko, Coco. I think that
Oh yeah,
those
Coco's
three,
locked in.
I don't think that Coco is that secure. It just depends.
Her fans are very vocal and they vote, and it's she has that look. It's very New Jeans, very do. It's very that.
Really?
It's very in like how they style her and her face and what she's giving on stage. It's very youthful. It's very fresh, and I
For
just
Coco?
I see it for her, and I feel like now that all the Crunch girls are gone, that we're bringing visuals but nothing else. Like she's bringing visuals with something else.
Hmm.
That's just how I see it. Because I kept seeing her little face, her little hairstyle, and voting, and I'm like, and I would vote for her because I'm just like, all right, girl, you're here. Now is she in my top? No, but do I see it for her? Yes, because I
Hmm.
feel like her competition was like Yeon and other girls that were like missing like a few skill sets, and I feel like she has more of the foundations down than those
You're
girls
talking about
opposite.
Coco?
Yeah, remember when I was voting
The
for her?
dancer in baggy jeans?
I think she has something.
Because I feel like the way you're describing her is different than what she actually is. Because she
No one
feels
said how.
a little
We're not
bit,
talking about her vibe. We're talking about her visuals.
no, even her visuals, like everything. I feel like she's a little bit more on the fiercer end,
You can be fierce all you want to, but her little picture is a different story.
I guess.
Like, remember how I think of how I voted when I don't know anyone from like Girls Planet. If you give me Promise Nine visually, I might see something there. Or if I see
Mm.
some, like, for example, I don't think this group, I don't think this group can be a rough group. And from what I'm gathering, because they keep having dance breaks in every single performance, I think they're trying to make a dance forward group.
I think it makes sense. I mean, as much as people are hating the Seraphim right now
That's
because
what's
of their
in.
vocals, at the end of the day, the Seraphim was the it group, like
Mm-hmm.
not even 4 months ago because of their end of the year performances. And they were called the best performance group, and they were
Yeah.
always trending because of their performances.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what a lot of people are leaning towards now is just, I mean, because the Seraphim hate train started, now a lot of companies are like, look, we have vocalists. Now people want to start singing. But before that, I think people were starting to lean towards performance and performance and performance, you know?
Let's just keep it clear. The reason why the Seraphim sound terrible is those songs are not in those girls' key.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly. It's not. It's not
it's a
because they
it's
can't, I mean, Sakura can't sing, but it's not
no.
because
Oh,
they as a group can't sing.
I'm going to defend my bestie for a hot second. She's not the greatest, but to say she can't sing isn't fair. She shines great in those idol paint by the numbers type songs. Like she was in the
I think
some
she's tone deaf, and those songs are easy. I'm being straight up. Sakura's tone deaf, so those songs are easier to train someone to memorize how they're supposed to sing it.
but
And
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I don't think she's toned up because she got in Produce 48 when Sistar Bestie was teaching her how to sing, she was
Mm.
able to hear the note and repeat it. So she's able
Mm.
to she can do it.
Mm.
If vocal ability and she limited range, yes, but when she's in her range, when she's in her pocket, she
Yeah.
shines. To this day,
So
you're
she probably
falling.
just needs a lot more practice then,
She does, but
which
she
is
just doesn't
okay
go into the
too.
booth. She just doesn't go into the practice room because she's just like, give all my lines to Dancing Bestie. Give,
Yeah.
get girl from the Netherlands, give everything to her. What
Hmm.
lines are you singing, Sakura? I will
I
come
like
at the
it. I
end and
like that.
yes, she said I will walk in the center and I'm going to be like, that's my satisfaction and that is going to
Hmm.
be it. And no one's going to know the difference. They will see me break my back doing these dances. They're gonna love that because they see the
Hmm.
improvement, and I'm gonna be like, unforgiven. She don't even sing that part, man. She doesn't
No.
even. She just says, "I'm a lion. I'm coming and I'm rising." She doesn't. What?
Yeah.
And she gets paid almost more than all those girls. That is a trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
But
like, my presence is more valuable than my vocals. Ain't that something? Anyway, this group is gonna be different.
we'll see what they're trying to do.
Well, if here's the deal, there are good choices for vocals here. And what's interesting is they have those crazy dances that they do in the middle of it, and then they get back to singing. Now, as
Hmm.
long as they don't give a certain someone 80% of the song to sing, they're going to sound great.
Hmm.
I have not been, and the girls that have disappointed me vocally are gone. The
Yeah.
flashback to Oh Girl, she was so done with Red Velvet, that Bad Boy song.
Yeah,
I was like, she is done.
it was kind of giving Miyu, but in a different way. Like Miyu was trying her best.
Yeah,
That girl was like,
I'm
I'm
over it.
done. And maybe she wasn't really over it, but that's just what how she looked.
Oh no, her face is over it.
Yeah.
And then she walked into I-LAND like she was just that girl. She's like, I'm always supposed to have been in this place from the beginning. I'm like, girl, you just butchered that song on stage, and here you are eating yogurt with the top girls. I can't.
So
I
technically
can't.
we also got another original song for this group, which is I Will
Mm-hmm.
Always Love You. So how are you feeling about that song? Do you like it? But
Yeah.
yeah, so on the Mnet stage, they had only the winners in the versus battle. So it was like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Team A, Team B combined, and then made the winners.
Adventures.
Yeah, the little Avengers team with Jungkook, Jiyoon, Mai, Fuko, Sarang, and Sabi. So I guess just what are your thoughts on the song in general? The lines that Fuko wrote, if they, I don't know. I mean, they said Fuko wrote some stuff and she won that little contest. And just
I'm
this
happy.
combination of team of the two
Yeah.
teams.
I'm happy she's getting publishing. But I'll say the song is dry, in my opinion.
Really?
You know the music I like. I wouldn't just stream this.
I like
It
this
it
song.
feels like a B track for Blackpink that Blackpink did not do.
Maybe that's why I like it, because that is
You
exactly
mess
what
with
it sounds like.
you mess with Blackpink, I
Yeah, like
don't.
it is giving a little bit of Forever Young, and yeah, like
It
those songs. Yeah, I
I
can see that.
I'm happy for them. I'm not a blank.
Produced by
I
Teddy. You're so right.
man,
This is Blackpink.
I just don't. It's giving. He's like, "What's in my Rolodex? What do I have the rights for?" All right, they can do this song. It's just giving
Mm-hmm.
that. Fuko's giving me a SM trainee vibe in this stage, and I'm
Really?
the way how she is presenting herself. It just feels like very focused, very like it makes me feel like she trained with aespa, kind of like all the girls that have trained with aespa, the aespa rejects that we've seen pop up in all these groups. It's giving me like she's on that level,
Mm.
like Suki from Billy, like focused, like Fuko's
Yeah.
giving me that, like she's giving me a Chaehyung vibe too, but like a
Yeah.
Chaehyung that like it's focused. I don't know, it's giving me like she was a part of that
Yeah.
that group of potentials. Even though I know she wasn't, it just feels
Hmm.
like whoever was a part of that, she has hit the same standards for
I
me.
can see that, but only after you mention it. Like I didn't initially see that.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to make anyone a believer. I only caught it when I saw this
Mm-hmm.
stage, and I'm like, she is giving me like she's a part of that group of girls that was training for that particular group. Like
Mm-hmm.
they all seem to have a certain swag that they all seem to carry, and she has that.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
I really like Sabi in this stage. I think
Oh,
the reason
yeah.
why I like Sabi is because she reminds me a lot of Joy from Red Velvet. Like, not exactly
Again,
like Joy, but the vibes that Joy gives, which is like just really refreshing. And then like her smile's so big, like she's just a fun time, like a it
she
girl. Like she's a
gives
friendly girl,
me
it girl.
gives me like this is probably gonna be whatever. YG reject girl.
Sabi?
Yes. Here's why. When she was in Panorama, she had that focus that was like, I'm only not in YG because I don't fit the concept.
Mm.
Like she gets it to me.
Hmm.
Like she reminds me of that chicken from S9 who's the main vocal, who got rejected because she was a part of that group, that Blackpink trainee group. And they're like, "Girl, you can sing. We're not needing this here." So that's why she went to do, idol school. But anyway, she reminds me of that I don't, not, no offense, and I hope no one takes me saying reject because people, it's just part of whatever. But it's just giving me like these girls were a part of something else,
Hmm.
just like how Jimin was a part of something else,
Hmm.
and like you can kind of see that.
Mm.
Jungin
Yeah.
also gives me like she vocally like SM, but she doesn't give me like she's a part of any trainee focus group. Like it's giving more fresh. But these girls, Sabi, Fuko, definitely the main vocal. I wish her and Jungin switched parts, but I mean Jungin was
Really?
smart. Yeah, Jungin was smart not going for main vocal because she would have gone up against her, and they would have to choose one. So I like she was
Yeah.
strategic, and that was a very smart. But she's
It was
not main
smart,
vocal.
and but I like the parts that Jungin got. Maybe because it's Jungin and I like her voice too. So I'm like any part that you sing is gonna sound
Yeah, she
better
owned her
because you're
part.
singing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
so
other
I'm
girl was straining her voice to get those parts out, and I'm like, y'all could have switched because the main vocal has a deeper voice than Jungin, so she would have bodied those that part that Jungin had. Like if they swapped,
oh, that's
it'd be great
true. Yeah, I
because
would like to hear them switch.
Junglin's higher like register is effortless for her, and I feel like her voice would have been even prettier to go up there and let the other girl take care of the low notes. I feel like
Mm.
that main vocal girl should have been lead, and then Jungin take the main.
Hmm.
But obviously they did the parts that they did in the competition, so it is what it
Yeah.
is. And
Hmm.
they'll rearrange the positions when they debut, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just giving you my little notes and feedback.
Yeah.
Um, I don't did I feel like that stage needed like two more girls.
Yeah, that's why I really want the group to be like
Eight.
Eight
Yeah.
members.
I don't see it nine. I see it like
Yeah,
eight. I don't
eight.
and seven would feel okay, but I feel like eight would be all right. Because
Mm-hmm.
they're already doing this even number six thing. So just add two more girls. So at least like it feels
Because a
it.
girl's gonna leave anyways, because that seems to be the trend.
No. I don't I when I watch this, I'm like, one of you girls aren't gonna debut.
Hmm.
I don't know who though.
I don't know. I'm
But
hoping
what
that if it's more than seven girls, that all of the Japanese ones get in, like Coco, Fuko, and Mai.
here's the deal. I was looking at these girls. Is this giving me like they didn't do any crazy makeup or any crazy fashions on them?
Hmm.
But I'm like, you guys, I'm looking at them like you guys are great bases because when you guys debut and they, you know,
Hmm.
transform you, like I'm not gonna remember where we started. You know what I feel like?
Yeah, I feel like that's why I like this performance so much too, because it actually feels like a rookie group. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if K-pop is still like this, but I feel like back then rookie groups always debut with like dark hair and then they do
Hmm.
like the crazy styling and crazy hair colors like later. But
Hmm.
now a lot of groups they debut their rookie groups like straight out the gates, like crazy styling, crazy colors, crazy hair because they have to stand out so it makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like this is
Yeah.
like a good intro, safe song and styling.
I mean, I think they could find a better song
Yeah.
because I mean, considering the current landscape, you
Mhm.
got Esp over here. I check out what you know that song.
Well, they might want to compete with Babymonster now.
Babymonster doesn't know what they're doing right now.
Oh, they
They're
know what they're doing. It's 21 3.0. So,
right, but it's not helping them, and they need to figure. They need to. I we had this conversation in private. They need to have their version of Giddy,
hmm.
and it'll actually work for them because it's like, oh, it's not Blackpink.
Yeah.
We have to tune in. It
Yeah.
like they need to switch their concept with a swiftness. Like I don't think they're getting it.
They need to
Um,
do a 21 but something because that's what Blackpink did. They were like, we're 21 but pretty. Their words, YG's words, not mine. They
well,
literally
why don't they
marketed
do R and
Blackpink as a pretty 21. So they need to
why
market
don't
as a something 21.
why don't they do R&B and stop this hip hop nonsense? We don't have Red Velvet isn't singing R&B anymore right now. Like there's a gap in the market for it. Like,
To be honest, even like after their Inkigayo stage or whatever, when they combine like that rock sound with the live band, even if they
mm-hmm.
combine like a hip hop rap rock thing, that would make them stand out because there are rock girl groups and girl bands, but there's no one in K-pop who's like really big doing that. Like Dreamcatcher is kind of claiming that a little bit, but even then they're not
Dreamcatcher is on
really.
the like rock with a little bit of a I'm an anime opening
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly. So
But
that's
I feel
why. But you know
so
what? That's not even
I'll just
I-LAND.
leave it on this. Baby Monster just wants to be Blackpink at Coachella every day.
Which that could be a concept though. That could work for them if they commit to it
I
fully.
guess. I don't I'm tired of it. Next.
But I will always love you. I like the song. I guess
It's given B
it's because
track.
it's Blackpink beat track. I guess it's not for you, but we'll
It's
see what
not.
happens in the
I
group.
have never streamed a Blackpink song. Like the only time I've ever streamed a Blackpink song is when our friends did "We Were Born to Be Alone" and they said da
Oh
da
yeah.
da.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I have never streamed a Blackpink song. They are not my wheelhouse of interest.
Hmm.
And the only 21 songs I well, 21's different, but I my favorite 21 song to this day is "Lonely."
My favorite 21 song is actually a B track.
I don't know there'd be I like their Japanese songs. Um I can't sing it because of obviously copyright, but what it was great. Like their Japanese songs are great, and their cover of Madonna's "Like a Virgin" also love that, but that was for Japan. 21 did a lot of interesting stuff outside of Korea that I liked.
It's because I don't follow their music. I never follow their music that much.
I
That's
had
why
no
I don't
choice. One of
know.
my best friends was a blackjack,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but SNSD and Kara.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh.
that's the life of like the SNSD fans back in the day. At least for us, like no one
Mm-hmm.
liked Girls' Generation. Everyone liked 21.
Oh, no, oh, no, 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 no. We just in the wrong country. People love Girls' Generation,
Oh yeah,
just
that's what I meant. Like
not here.
here, yeah. I mean
If we
now they
went to
like them
Asia, they'll
enough.
be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's on this day." Let me stop. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But anyway, back to Island. I would love for them to not do another Blackpink B-side reject. I would love
Hmm.
for them to have something new. But if their concept is just Blackpink B-Jack retrack, Blackpink rejected B-Track, you might be eating from this girl group.
Yeah, it just depends because also Teddy, I think, is making his own group, so he might
He
give them
sure
the better
is.
songs. So I'm like, what's gonna go on with that? But
Oh God.
not
Oh
saying that
God.
people can only work on one thing at a time, but it's just that it just reminds me of Brave Brothers all over again when he was writing songs for Brave Girls and he was writing songs for AOA.
And he was like, I don't think these brave girls can do this miniskirt song, but that
Hmm.
Showa and them, that blonde bob, and that one with a squeaky hey voice.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Shout out to Miss Squeaky Voice. She was a bully. Anyway, if I feel like if Teddy's doing both projects, he's just gonna end up doing his own thing. He's very I don't know him, but he gives the vibe of I'm prideful about my art and he wants to take full credit for his art. That's why
Hmm.
he produces everything. I feel like this group's just going to end up getting that Russian chick that writes all the music, like working on their stuff.
I will say that the group might put out better music than you think because the thing about Teddy is that he used to make like a big variety of different types of songs, but
I
then
haven't heard it.
once Blackpink, that's like older music, but once Blackpink like hit it big with their like D4 and then D4 part 1 and then 2 and then 3 and 4 like the same song over and over again. I think
Mm.
YG was like, "Oh, that formula works. So keep making songs like that." So that's kind of why he was doing that because he's capable of writing different types of songs. So we'll see.
I suppose, yes. Now I'm only like a small ducat in the barrel. I don't really matter in that regard, but in my magical mind, he has to prove me wrong because right now all he does
Mm.
is did it do. All he does is that, and I did not like that. I didn't like it at all.
I
And,
guess we'll see. See. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in part two, though, of Island or not?
Jungun debuting
Yeah,
and my debuting
yeah.
in that, and Sebi, like those three need to get in. And from my lips to this podcast, anyone else can join them. I will not complain. I will even if old girl joins him, I'm be like, dang, I don't like it, but they'll curl her hair, dye it, and then I'll forget who she is, and then I'll be like, oh wait,
Yeah.
wow, that
You're
great, that girl's great.
gonna be
Who is
like, who's
she?
that? Where was she in Island? Did I just not notice her? I'm gonna be like, Robbie, she's the country girl.
And I'm like, wow, really? Well,
She really
dang.
transformed. She
Exact.
gonna give us a little youngin.
Yup. Yeah, they're gonna just flip it, dip it, fry it, and dye it, and I'm not gonna know none the wiser. They're just
Yep,
gonna
just
play that Met.
give you a good song too.
Yeah, I'm gonna care. I'm like, great, wow,
Hmm.
fantastic. What is this? And they're gonna put the eyelashes on them because none of the girls. I noticed that on the stage, none of the girls had any extensions, eyelashes, anything. It was
Hmm.
just come as you are, which
Hmm.
I appreciate it. They're gonna, and I'm like, when they debut, this is gonna be a completely different story. It's gonna be so different.
Hopefully it's a different story because Mnet should use or Mnet WakeOne should use the budget that ZB1 is giving them right now.
Listen, if they have not learned anything from Kepler, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, when did you hear Yeso? No, it was Yeso's statement. She was like, "I know that we had some shortcomings," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, so you're aware." You didn't read it. She was
Mm-mm.
saying, she was like, she was like, yes, my time in Kepler is coming to an end. I'm like paraphrasing. She's
Mm.
like, we're gonna be always nine sisters. We are aware we had some shortcomings, but my time will be looked at favorably in Kepler. I'm like, oh, I love a self-aware person
Mm-hmm.
because when you know. that it wasn't great and you're not pretending, then it's good.
Mm-hmm.
They're perfect. And it was interesting because like they went on a drinking show with Chaehyung or no Chaeyoung from IZ*ONE, and Chaeyoung was like
Oh
the
yeah, I
mo
saw.
they're like these girls were when they debuted they were the fastest to chart, and I'm like yeah, and that's the biggest achievement they have had thus far.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that yes, I was really well aware of the shortcomings of that group. I think they're all well aware of the shortcomings of that group.
Mm-hmm.
I would like, if I could, I would like to be a host for one of those shows and be like, so which one of y'all think y'all debut song should have been different? I would love to ask them that. Why didn't I ask them that when we met them? We didn't have enough time.
We can try next time because we
They could be
have
like,
time
keep
now,
moving.
Kcon. Those people are so annoying. You pay all that money for a little wave, and you can't even wave at them for half a second.
And they're behind a plexiglass or a
Yeah.
little plastic saran wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the days where you could actually like shake their hand and say a few things.
I don't need to shake their hand because it feels kind of disgusting, but I would like to not have the glass there.
It would, I mean, yeah, but also like I paid it, so I'm gonna shake their hand. And
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I forgot I met Wan Young, and she was very timid
Oh, but
when
that was
she
when she was like 13 or 14, right?
or yeah, something like that, and
Yeah.
her foundation did not match her skin tone.
Oh,
I'm
but
sorry.
anyways, that's the end of this show.
I'm sorry. That is not her fault. Anyway, I will say Sakura was ready to go home. I could tell the only person that was really there, really ready to be having fun was Chaeyoung because all her fans were American and everybody else they ain't yell out anything. And NB was ready to go home too. She was like, "Y'all got the dope pokey ready." Anyway, I hope that they have better music when they debut. Jungun for main vocal, Mai for visual, Sebi for center, and anyone else can come along. Anyone else can come along. How many girls are left? 12?
Hmm.
Honestly, this they beat them. This they beat them at 12. Done. Done.
That'd be nice.
It's not going to
Maybe
happen,
we'll
but
get the planet pass that we want all along in the finale.
I mean, wouldn't that be something like we torture y'all all going through? We
Yeah.
need a big group like that. That would be great.
And you know what? That would be a good plot twist. Sure, why
Yeah.
not? Why
Honestly, we
not?
got the best of them are there now. We
Yeah,
don't have
especially after we saw the big vote gap between the girls who survived and the ones who were eliminated. Like, yeah.
she's and that would be a nice group. I don't that would be a nice group. I mean, I don't have
There's
really
no
big
12 member, 11 member girl group in the
no,
market right now.
no,
SM is about
none.
to debut an 8 member girl group.
Who? SM, yeah,
SM.
there. That's Esper Revenge. We should have done a fun girl group. That group is well overdue because I'm like y'all ain't got no Girl Generation replica and
I don't think it's well overdue. I think they understood that if they replicated Girls' Generation during aespa's debut, the SNSD fans would be a little bit too mad because they're like, you still have Girls' Generation. So what are you
they weren't
doing?
making any music.
Yeah, but the fans still existed and were angry because they're like, why aren't they making music?
I'm
Because
a
they
different
clearly have stated that they're interested.
I'm a different fan. I'm like, if the sound continues, it doesn't matter what body it comes from. Because when
Mm.
Luna was disbanding, and then Triple S said, "Well, we're going to release all the songs that oh boy kept in the locket." I said, "I'm so sorry to Luna, but I will survive." And then that played out how it needed to play out. And I'll just say it one time: I told y'all so. All right, now it's out my system. Um,
I think that's all we had to say for
sorry,
now.
that's
It was
all we
just
had
the
to say.
elimination. Not much happened.
Yeah.
So we talked about everything
Everything
except for
under the
I-LAND.
sun. But I'm excited for the next episode when they're going to be doing Lavi and Rose.
Yes.
And what is the other song?
I don't know. All I heard was
No, oh
Lovey
no,
and
they're
Rose. I was
doing
like,
Lavi and Rose in
finally.
a Blackpink song is what they're doing. I don't remember which Blackpink song
Oh.
it was because one girl was screaming to the mountaintops, "Be na suike," and I'm like,
Ooh.
mm, mm, hmm. Why does IZ*ONE songs take them out every time?
Yeah.
It leaves no prisoners. No one is safe from any of those songs. And I did
Hmm.
say out of my mouth that it would be the easier Korean song to do.
And maybe it's not as easy as we thought it
I
would
guess I
be.
again. Why do they not? Well, because they're Japanese songs. But I'm like, man, the only song they haven't done yet is Violetta and Swan.
We'll get that Girls Planet too. I hope Swan, because the dance break is really good in that song.
Yeah, that's good. And that song is also hard to sing because it's super high.
Oh yeah, right before the dance break, the high
Because
note.
it's like, and but then on top of that, Che Wan has that dun, 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 dun,
Oh
that part,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she's chirping. It's so high.
yeah,
It's so high.
yep,
And then you got Younger, like dang it, you get Glassy.
yeah.
That's my cue to leave. You guys tell me what you guys think of this the elimination in the last episode with what is the song again?
I will always love you.
I just see the acronym and I'm like, uh-huh, great.
Hmm.
Who do you want in this group? Should this be a 12 member group, a 8 member group, or you can be
A
vicious?
three-member group?
I was about to say a 5 member group.
Better not
Man,
be.
they said we're just gonna just do our own thing. Also in the comments, would you want it to be Teddy producing this group fully? Or would you like other producers to kind of come in and do a little something something? Um, and what lastly, then my last question, what kind of vibe are you hoping this group goes into? I still stand that they should be doing something like that dark R&B, black pants and heels type thing cuz no one's doing it.
Hmm.
And and no one's doing it. But
Hmm.
anyway, tell us what you think in the comments. Sorry for going off topic, but we haven't spoken to you guys in a while, so we had a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
But we love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye bye. It's the
Goodbye.
final love song. Summer Dream. Summer Dream.